welcome back. Hello, welcome back to the entire system. Today we are looking at sizes, part 666. Rigel 110 gigameters. Rigel is a blazing blue star and the brightest star in the constellation Orion. It lies near the equator, so it is visible from almost everywhere. Also, don't call it Rigel because it's pronounced like Rigel. Distance from Earth to Sun 150 gigameters. During the day, the sun doesn't seem so far away. It's actually about 150 gigameters away. That distance is called an astronomical unit, an AU for short. Gay Crux 170 gigameters. Gay Crux can be found in the constellation Crux. Crux means cross in Latin. It's known as the Southern Cross. We think Gay Crux might be a binary star, but we haven't been able to spot its companion yet. The main star is a red giant. Deneb, 280 gigameters. Deneb is the brightest star in the constellation of Cygnus, 2,600 light years away from Earth, makes it the most distant of the 25 brightest stars. If you lived on Mars, which you won't because you die, Deneb would appear above the North Pole, not Polaris. Enif, 290 gigameters. Enif is an orange supergiant. Name is nose in Arabic because it's in the constellation Pegasus, specifically the area that people thought was the nose of the Pegasus. It's in the position of the muzzle. Coincidentally, the word Enif backwards is finny. S. Doradus, 530 gigameters. S. Doradus is a hypergiant as well as one of the brightest stars in the Large Magellanic Cloud. For more about the Large Magellanic Cloud, zoom out 8.5 orders of magnitude. La Superba, 590 gigameters. La Superba is one of the reddest stars in the night sky. It's so red because all of the carbon-13 creates when fusing using helium. Normal carbon is called carbon-12. La Superba is only 2,700 degrees Celsius, making it one of the coldest stars, but still very hot. In fact, that by the way is cooler. Yes, cooler. Antares, 970 gigameters. Antares is a red supergiant very near the ecliptic, so it gets occulted by the moon quite often. Also, Antares weighs septillions of tons and is losing weight through solar wind, but this method is slow. The fast way is to explode, which it will do later. Pistol Star, 1,200 gigameters. The Pistol Star is one of the most luminous stars known. In 20 seconds, it radiates as much energy as the sun does in a year. Interstellar dust prevents us from seeing it. It's called the Pistol Star not because of its luminosity, but it's because of the Pistol Nebula. And that nebula is called because it resembles, you guessed it, a pistol, a type of gun, actually. From now on, we will use terameters for 1,000 gigameters for 1 billion kilometers. A terameter. Here we go. Mu CVI, 1.4 terameters. Mu Cephei is very red. It sometimes refers to as Herschel's garnet star because it is garnet red. Another alternative name is Ericus if you don't like the first two names. Yes, Mu Cephei has an official name. In fact, it's the biggest star has an official name. Betelgeuse, 1.1 terameters. Even though stars can live for trillions of years, Betelgeuse is so big it will only live for just 8 million years. Since it is that old, it could explode any moment. When it explodes, supernova will be visible during the day. Most likely, however, it will explode thousands of years from now on. That claim that it could explode now is. Oh, yeah. Please do not trust any sources that claim Beetlejuice will explode now. I actually don't like it. V354 Cephei, 950 gigameters or 0.95 terameters. V354 Cephei is a red supergiant and it's huge. If it's placed in the solar system, it would extend out to the asteroid belt. Most likely, however, it'll die. 354, in addition to being this star's name, is also the August Hippo was born. But this is completely unrelated. It's just a variable star. So what the fuck is happening? Well, I'll tell you what's happening. VV Cephei A, 1.1 terameters. For a while, VV Cephei A was the largest known star. Now that title belongs to Stephenson 218. That's because new stars are being discovered all the time, and it's difficult to estimate the radius of red supergiants like this. Chi Cygni, 1.4 terameters. Chi Cygni is 200 times more luminous than the sun, and the sun is pretty luminous, isn't it? The sun is so luminous you aren't supposed to look at it. However, it's okay to look at Chi Cygni because it's 300 million times further away. But still, if KY Cygni was placed even in even was placed in the even if you are as close to Cygni as Saturn is to the sun, please do not look at it. VY Canis Majoris, 2 terameters. VY Canis Majoris is one of the largest known stars. It is so large that if it were placed in the solar system, it would extend beyond the orbit of Saturn. It would take a plane 800 years to circle it at once. Whoa, G64, 2.1 terameters. I know, you're thinking, what? That's a big star. Well, I guess you're right, because it's one of the biggest stars. Whoa, G64 is from the Large Magellanic Cloud. There's a cloud surrounding the star that extends half a light year, and that's actually called a torus. Distance from Neptune to the Sun, 4.47 terameters. Neptune is the most distant known planet in the solar system. The distance from Neptune to the Sun is greater than the diameters of any known star, or light day, 26 terameters. Even just 24 hours, light managed to zoom across the distance of 26 billion kilometers. That's distance further than any human or space probe has traveled. And speaking of space probes, here's Voyager 1, 23 terameters. Over the last 45 years, Voyager 1 has traveled to a distance of 23 billion kilometers, which is the furthest any man-made object has gone, and every day it gets 1.5 million kilometers further away. You can't see it even if you stare really, really hard. Kuiper Belt, 12 terameters. The Kuiper Belt is a region of the solar system outside the orbit of Neptune, with small bodies orbit. Many dwarf planets exist here. It's like a larger asteroid belt, but it's not. Distance from comet Hale-Bopp to the sun at its farthest, 53 terameters. Comet Hale-Bopp gets so far from the sun, the tug of the planets changes its furthest point every visit. Arriving this time to 4,200 years, and it will take another 2,400 years to make another orbit. Oh! Distance from Senna to the Sun, farthest, 140 terameters. When the Senna is farthest from the Sun, it is very far away. The farthest point of any object it is from the Sun is called aphelion. It takes Senna over 10,000 Earth years to complete one orbit. Now, the next object is so big, don't even fucking do that. Stingray Nebula. I mean, Gomez's Hamburger, 470 terameters. Gomez's Hamburger is 900 light years away. The buns are made of reflective dust, and the patty is made of dark dust. That does not sound very appetizing. Stingray Nebula, 1.5 petameters. 1.5 petameters. The Stingray Nebula is a planetary. Wait a minute. 1.5 petameters. A petameter is a trillion kilometers. The Stingray Nebula is a planetary nebula. It is relatively young and is constantly growing. Constantly growing. Whoever named this nebula must have thought it looked like a stingray. Did you? No! And here's another fact. It's actually